Hello and welcome to 1969 baseball. The Cubs are coming into this two-game series in the middle of a homestand against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Cubs trying to build off of their previous win in the doubleheader against the Mets, now trying to work their way back up toward 500. We are going to see, for today's game, the Cubs will be sending Ken Holtzman out to the mound. He is making start number 6 with a 1-4 record, 5.28 ERA, and a 157 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Gar, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Banks, Kessinger, and the pitcher Holtzman batting ninth. The Dodgers lineup will be Davis, Sizemore, Fairley, Parker, Costco, Say, Hommick, Lefebvre, and then Claude Osteen, the lefty, will be doing the pitching. Osteen is making start number 6. He is 4-1 with a 2.59 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP. So, in the battle of lefties today, a 67-degree, beautiful day at Wrigley Field, wind blowing in from right at 9 mph. And let's get this game underway. We're going to see the Cubs heading out to take the field here. And I believe that the crowd is just beginning to filter back into the stadium. And sure enough, we can even hear them now in the background. Holtzman on the mound, facing Willie Davis, leading off for the Dodgers here in the top of the first inning. The Dodgers coming in 15-10, third place in the National League West, facing off with the Cubs, who are 11-17, sixth place in the NL East. Holtzman on the mound, working with a 1-2 count, lefty versus lefty, and here's the pitch. Grounder over to first, and Banks has it. He steps in the bag. That is out number 1. Sizemore now the batter. Not sure if there's a relation to Grady Sizemore here, but Ted Sizemore steps up with a 1-ball count, waiting for the pitch, and a liner right at the shortstop Kessinger, and that will be out number 2. Nice reaction by Kessinger to get his glove up and protect himself and make that play. Ron Fairley now is the batter with 2 outs and a 1-ball count. Fairley waiting for the pitch from Holtzman. And a liner over the third baseman's head to left field. That is going to be a 2-out single for Ron Fairley. As he stops at first with a wide turn, that will bring up Wes Parker. 2 outs, 1 man on. Full count pitch from Holtzman. And the delivery. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Parker chased a fastball outside the zone. That is going to be the end of the inning. The Dodgers strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game. Gar facing Holstein. Here in the bottom of the first, 2-2 count. Osteen working, looking for the sign, and the pitch. Gar swings and misses at a nasty slider for strike 3. So he heads back to the dugout, bringing up Glenn Beckert with 1 out and a 1-strike count. And Beckert knocks that one into center field very high. Looks playable for the center fielder, and Davis is going to make the catch for out number 2. Billy Williams now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Williams waiting for the 1-1 pitch. And a pop up to left. Going toward the line is the left fielder. And Costco will make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We're going to the top of the second of a scoreless ball game. Costco now facing off with Holtzman to lead off the top of the second. 1-strike count. Holtzman with the pitch. Drive to right center. Going back is Gar toward the warning track, and he is going to make the catch in front of the wall for out number 1. Certainly gave that one a ride, but Park held it. And now Ron Say is the batter. 1 out, nobody on, 1-strike count. And he grounds that one to short. Routine play for Kessinger, throws over to first for out number 2. Now we're going to see Hommick the batter. William Hommick, the Dodgers catcher, steps up with 2 outs and nobody on. Waiting for the payoff pitch. Grounder to third. Gets past Santo into left field. That will be a base hit. So that is a 2 out and an extra base hit The catcher, Hammock, hustling around first, heading into second. So a 2-out double puts the runner in scoring position. And now Jim Lefebvre is the batter. With 2 outs, 1 man on, Lefebvre facing Holtzman with a 1-ball count. And the pitch. Grounder to third. This time Santo has it. He flips it across the diamond to first, and that will end the inning. So, the Dodgers strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless at Wrigley Field. Ron Santo leading off for the Cubs. Here in the bottom of the second inning, full count pitch. Santo taking ball 4 inside. That'll be a leadoff walk. So he heads down to first now, which brings up Blomberg with nobody out, 1 man on. Blomberg waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And he drives that one deep left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Heading for second with extra bases is Blomberg. Santo rounding third and heading home. And he is going to slide home safely with the first run of this ball game. Cubs taking a 1-0 lead on the Blomberg run-scoring RBI double. And now Randy Hundley, the batter, with nobody out. Runner in scoring position. Cubs up by 1. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and he takes ball 4 inside. Second walk of the inning is issued. Hundley down to first. Does Blomberg have? He has some speed. We could certainly look at making a double steal here. Banks the batter. Nobody out, 2 men on. Let's see. Oh, but you know what? Osteen is a 17 for holding runners. Wow. All right, so Ernie Banks is going to be allowed to swing away. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a liner in right field. That's another base hit. Blomberg rounding third and heading home. The throw comes home. The slide. Blomberg is safe. And a RBI single for Ernie Banks gives the Cubs a 2-0 lead. So Randy Hundley stopping at second on the single. And now Kessinger the batter with nobody out, 2 men on. Hundley and Banks, probably 2 of the slowest Cubs on this whole team, so we're definitely not trying any sort of fancy business on the base paths. Kessinger batting, bottom of the second inning, 1-1 count. Kessinger drives that one to deep left center field, all the way to the wall. It 1 hops at the base of the wall. Kessinger rounding second, heading for third. He's going to slide in with a triple. The 2 runners score, and the Cubs have a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Nice piece of hitting right there by Kessinger to take that one deep to the opposite field, and he gets a triple for his efforts. So now the pitcher, Holtzman, is the batter. Cubs up by 4, bottom of the second inning. Holtzman facing Osteen. Do we try the squeeze bunt? No, we're just going to let Holtzman swing away, because even if he can get just a fly ball to the outfield, it may allow Kessinger to tag up and score. So here's the first pitch, and there's a grounder to third. That's not going to get it done. The throw goes over to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. So Gar now the batter with 1 out and a runner 90 feet away. Gar facing Osteen. 1 ball. Oh, a grounder up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Driving in the run, Gar with an RBI single to center field, and that is going to give the Cubs a 5-0 lead. Glenn Beckert now the batter. Gar on first. 1 out. Osteen really laboring here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's a 2-ball count. And a liner into left field. However, the left fielder tracks it down and makes the running catch. Costco with a nice defensive play for out number 2. Billy Williams now batting with 2 outs and the runner on first. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Williams pops it up to center. Coming in fast, actually going out as the shortstop, and he gets under it to make the catch to end the inning. So, the Cubs score 5 times on 4 hits in the bottom of the second. We're going to the top of the third of a 5-0 Cub lead. Holtzman now able to pitch a little more comfortably. He's going to face his opponent, the pitcher Osteen, to lead off the Dodgers half of the third. Here's a 1-2 count, and there is strike 3 called. Right on the outside corner, that curveball throws him. That's not even a really fair pitch to throw to the opposing pitcher, but nonetheless, it got the job done. Davis now batting for the Dodgers with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Holtzman. And there's a grounder up the middle. Beckert has it. Throws to Banks. That is out number 2. Holtzman now facing Sizemore with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 ball count. Here's the pitch. Liner right at the first baseman Banks, and that will end the inning. So the Dodgers retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the third, 5-0 Chicago. Ron Santo facing Claude Osteen to lead off the bottom of the third. Here's a 1-2 count, and Santo pops it up, short left field. Coming in is Costco. He's going to make the running catch for out number 1. Blomberg now facing Osteen with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Blomberg delivering the pitch. Grounder to short. Throw over to first, and that is going to be out number 2. Randy Hundley now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And Hundley takes it inside. That is ball 4. So he heads down to first. And it'll bring up Ernie Banks. 2 outs, 1 man on. Banks waiting for the first pitch. And lined into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is the runner, Hundley. He slides, and he is safe. So Ernie Banks with the 2-out single puts runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Kessinger now is the batter. He had a RBI triple his last time up off Osteen. So first pitch to Kessinger. Let's see what he can do with it. And a grounder past the shortstop into center field. That's going to drive in another run. The throw goes directly to third, which prevents Banks from continuing to advance. Kessinger with an RBI single. He's got 3 in the game now, and a 6-0 lead for the Cubs. The pitcher, Holtzman, now the batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Osteen working with a 2-2 count. And a grounder towards second. Lefebvre has it, throwing over to first. That will end the inning. We go to the top of the fourth. It is still a 6-0 Cub lead. Holtzman facing Fairley here in the top of the fourth. Full count pitch. Holtzman delivering. Popped up foul territory. The catcher chasing. Santo coming in. Calling off Hundley. He makes the catch for out number 1. Parker now batting with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 1 strike count. Pitch to Parker. Driven into left center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Extra bases. Parker rounding first. Heading for second. The throw goes into second. He slides in safely. And that is going to be a 1-out double for Parker. That will bring up the next batter for the Dodgers, Andy Costco. With 1 out, runner in scoring position, Dodgers down by 6. Here is a full count pitch. And Costco grounds it to short. Kessinger looks the runner back and then throws over to first. That will be out number 2. Ron Cey now the batter with 2 outs. Runner on second. Here's the 1-2 count and a pop-up on the infield. Santo coming over, calling for it. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. So the Dodgers strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the fourth of a 6-0 ball game. Gar facing Osteen here in the bottom of the fourth. Cubs up by 6. Here's the full count pitch. And Gard pops that one up. Medium depth right center field. Going back as the right fielder. He will make the catch. That is out number 1. Beckert now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the full count pitch to Glenn Beckert. And he grounds that one to third. Picked up and thrown over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Record that one 5-3 in your scorebooks. Billy Williams now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Williams 0 for 2 today, waiting for the 1-ball pitch. And he drives that one into left field, over the left fielder's head, going all the way to the wall. I think he came in and misjudged that. So Williams is going to cruise into second with a stand-up double. Costco with the mental error out there in left. And that'll bring up Santo with 2 outs and the runner in scoring position. Cubs looking to add to this 6-0 lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Santo, and he swings and misses for strike 3. That slider just dove right down under his bat. So the Cubs stranding a runner. We're going to the top of the 5th. It is still 6-0 Chicago. Holmick leading off for the Dodgers here in the top of the 5th inning. Holtzman working. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch. Grounder towards short. Kessinger picks it, throws to first, out number 1. Lefebvre now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Payoff pitch to Jimmy Lefebvre. And a drive into the gap in right center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Lefebvre. He's rounding first, heading for second. The throw goes into second, but it is late. That'll be a 1-out double. And now that will bring up the next Dodger batter, Crawford. Crawford will be pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot here in the top of the 5th inning. The lefty Crawford is 16 for 87 with 2 home runs so far this season. He is facing Holtzman with the runner in scoring position and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 count. Holtzman delivering the pitch. Popped up to left. Going back is Billy Williams. He is going back toward the wall, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. The runner will tag up in advance as Williams made that catch with his back to the infield. So Davis now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on third. Dodgers trying to break through here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Willie Davis. And that's a liner in right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The run will score. The Dodgers have just cut into the Cubs' lead. It is now a 6-1 ball game. Davis credited with the RBI single, bringing up Ted Sizemore. 2 outs, 1 man on. Sizemore waiting for the pitch, and the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, and he is out. Nice throw by Randy Hundley to throw out his 4th base runner of the season. The Dodgers score 1. They strand none. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 6-1 ball game. Blomberg facing the new pitcher for the Dodgers, Bruce Brubacher. He has thrown 7 1/3 innings of 7-hit, 4-run baseball with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, which has earned him a .491 ERA this season. Brubacher facing Blomberg, leading off the Cubs half of the 5th. Here's a full count payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. He chased the sinker down and away, and that'll get Brubacher his first strikeout of this game, bringing up Randy Hundley. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. And Hundley swings and misses for strike 3. That was another sinker. And Brubacher really positioning that sinker well here in these first couple of bats. Now, Banks the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 strike count to Ernie Banks. Here is the pitch. And Banks drives that one into center field. However, Davis making the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 6-1 ball game. Holtzman coming out for inning of work number 6. He will face Sizemore, Fairley, and Parker here in the top of the 6th inning. This will probably be Holtzman's last inning of work as the pitcher's spot is due up second in the next half inning. Holtzman facing Sizemore with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. Grounder toward third. Santo has it. Throws over to first. That'll be out number 1. Fairley now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-1 count and the pitch to Ron Fairley. And there's a grounder back toward the mound. This time Holtzman gets it himself. Throws to first. That'll be out number 2. Wes Parker now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-0 count. Holtzman delivering the pitch. And a pop up to right. Going back is Blomberg toward the wall. He's going deep, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Dodgers retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 6-1 ball game. And now we need to warm up a pitcher in the Cub bullpen. This is going to be the Joe Decker situation, I believe. Excuse me, with a 5-run lead going into the top of the 7th inning. So Kessinger will bat first, then we'll see a pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot. The switch hitting Kessinger batting from the left side against the righty Brubacher, leading off the Cubs half of the 6th. Here is the first pitch to Kessinger, and he grounds that one to first. Picked up and stepping on the base is the first baseman Parker. That's out number 1. Holtzman now batting, but this is where we're going to use a pinch hitter, and this will be Willie Smith. The lefty Smith will come in to face the righty Brubacher with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 count. Smith waiting for the pitch. And there's a drive into the gap in right center field. I believe that's going to be off the wall. Heading for second. This is going to be a slide-in double for Willie Smith as he hits the pinch hit, extra base hit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So the Cubs now with a runner in scoring position, and the top of the order coming up. Gar is the next batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Here is the pitch to Gar, and he grinds that one past the shortstop into center field. That's another base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Smith. He's going to slide in safely. That'll be another run for the Cubs as they take a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gar gets an RBI single, and it'll bring up Glenn Beckert. With 1 out, 1 man on, Brubacher facing Beckert. Here's the pitch. Grounder toward the mound. The pitcher picks it up. He throws to second to get the lead runner. However, there is no double play opportunity as the runner Beckert easily gets down the line to first. So Billy Williams now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on first. Cubs already up by 6 again. Here's the first pitch to Billy Williams. Oh, and a pickoff throw. And he's picked off first. Oh, Glenn Beckert, falling asleep over at first for the 3rd out of the inning. So we go to the top of the 7th now. Still a 6-run Chicago lead. And we're going to see the pitcher Decker will be inserted to the 9th spot in the lineup. So Decker is going to face Costco, Say, and Hammock here in the top of the 7th inning. Decker has thrown 15 innings, walked 6, struck out 13, and has a 7.20 ERA. He's going to be asked to protect a 6-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Full count pitch. Decker looking for the sign. And the delivery. And a pop-up to left center field. Chasing his guard, going back toward the wall. And it's over his head and right into the seats. Man, that one just kept carrying 388 feet out to the very first row of seats in left center field. So now the Dodgers have cut the lead down to 5. Ron Say, the next batter. 3-0 count, Decker delivering the pitch. And that is a check swing. The umpire signals ball 4, so he takes his base. Decker struggling here. Hammock now the batter with nobody out and runner on first. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hammock. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the slider. Hopefully Decker gets on track now. Facing the switch hitting Lefebvre with 1 out, 1 man on. Decker working. The runner goes. Hundley's throw goes down to second. This time it's going to be late, however, as the runner steals second. And that'll put a runner in scoring position for the Dodgers with Lefebvre still batting. 1 out, top of the 7th. Full count pitch to Jim Lefebvre. And that is outside for ball 4, so another walk is issued. And it looks like Decker is going to really struggle here today. We're going to have to warm up a different reliever. And I guess it's going to be Archie Reynolds. No, it's going to be William Olson. We're going to warm up Olson. So, with 1 out, runners on first and second, we're going to visit the mound. Deckert says, I feel fine, and that's great, but he doesn't really look all that effective. So, Decker facing the Dodgers pinch hitter Cleo James. James is 2 for 4 with an RBI so far this season. Looks like he's had strictly pinch hitting work so far. Decker facing James. He really needs a ground ball double play right here. And here is the first pitch from Decker. And a grounder to short. Kessinger to Beckert, but no relay to first. The double play is broken up. And now the Dodgers have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Davis is the next batter. Top of the 7th, Cubs up by 5. Decker facing Davis. Here is the pitch. And the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, and he is out. 2 runners have been thrown out in this inning in this game by Todd Hundley, by Randy Hundley. So we're going down to the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs still up by 5. It is time to stretch here in Chicago. Billy Williams is going to face the new Dodger reliever, Fred Norman. Norman is coming out having thrown 2/3 of an innings, walked 1, struck out none, and has an ERA of 40.5. I'm thinking he's going to be looking to try to lower that ERA here today. So facing the middle of the Cub lineup, Billy Williams leading off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 count. Billy Williams waiting for the pitch. Norman delivering. And there's a liner down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases, going all the way to the wall. Williams rounding first, heading for second. He will have extra bases with an lead-off double for the Cubs. That'll bring up Ron Santo with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, here's the 2-2 pitch to Santo, and he pops that one up to right. Coming in as the right fielder, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Williams unable to tag up in advance there. bring up Blomberg with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the 2-2 count. Blomberg waiting for the pitch. Grounder to short. Shortstop picks it up, throws over to first, and that is out number 2. Randy Hundley now the batter with 2 outs and the runner on second. Hundley waiting for the pitch and a grounder to third. Picked up, thrown over to first, and Hundley is retired easily to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 8th of a 7-2 ball game. Decker coming out for inning of work number 2. He'll face the top of the Dodgers lineup here in the top of the 8th inning. Let's see if he can be a little more effective this inning. Decker working with a 1-ball count. Here is the pitch. Hopped up to right. Coming in is the right fielder, Blomberg. He makes the... Oh, he drops it. He drops it in the outfield, and the error is going to put the runner on first. Blomberg with his 2nd error of the season, and that'll bring up Sizemore. Nobody out, 1 man on. Decker working to Sizemore. Here's the pitch. And a grounder to second. Becker to Kessinger. Kessinger drops the ball. Oh my gosh, that's the 2nd error of this inning. Kessinger drops the throw from Becker. We're gonna have to get Olson warmed back up. So Decker now facing Ron Fairley with 2 runners on, nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. 2 miscues have been committed already. Fairley 1 for 3 today. Decker working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a liner past the first baseman into right field. This is going to drive in a run. Blomberg's throw coming home. It'll be late, and the Dodgers have now made this a 7-3 ball game. Ron Fairley with the RBI single. He is now 2 for 4 on this day, and the Cubs' lead is cut to 4. Wes Parker now the batter with nobody out, 2 men on here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's a full count pitch to Parker. And a grounder to short. Becker does not make the relay to first. Man, Kessinger to Becker, but Becker can't complete the double play. So the fielder's choice puts runners on the corners with 1 out, and now Costco is the batter. He hit a home run already in this game. Dodgers are down by 4. Costco facing Decker here in the top of the 8th inning. Olson is ready to come in. I think that we're going to have to bring him in now. I think that there's just no reason to leave Decker out there any longer. So the switch is going to be Olson will come in to the number 5 spot and pitch. And Burnett, is he? No, he only knows how to play center field. Blatt knows how to play right field. He'll come in to the number 9 spot, play right field. All right, so William Olson coming up. He's thrown 15 innings, walked 5, struck out 10 with a 5.40 ERA. He's coming into the top of the 8th inning with a 4-run lead, runners on the corners and 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 2-2 count. Olson looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. And there's a liner past the shortstop into left field. Another run is going to score. The throw goes to third as the runners hold, and the Dodgers have now made this a 7-4 ball game. So Costco with the RBI single brings up Ron Say. With 1 out, 2 men on, Olson facing Say with a 3-1 count, and he delivers ball 4. So now the bases are loaded. The Dodgers have the tying run on base, and Hommick is the next batter. And I am just at a loss here. I guess I'm going to warm up Britton. Olson is going to have to face Hommick with 1 out, the bases loaded. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Cubs up by 3. Here's the first pitch. A pop-up to center field. I think this is going to be deep enough to drive in the run. Gar makes the catch. He throws it to the cutoff man, and they do not test his arm. So the runners hold. There's now 2 outs in the inning, and the bases are still loaded. Jim Lefebvre is the next batter. 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the 8th, Cubs up by 3. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a grounder to short. Kessinger flips it over to second, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs escape the jam. 2 runs score, however. We're going to the bottom of the 8th of a 7-4 ball game. So, Ernie Banks leading off for the Cubs against the lefty Norman here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Norman working. Here's the first pitch to Banks, and there's a drive right field, and that is going to be caught by the right fielder Fairley for out number 1. Kessinger now batting with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kessinger. And check swing, strike 3. That will be out number 2. Rick Blatt now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Blatt, 5 for 10 on the season, waiting for the 2-2 pitch. And he pops it up on the infield. The first baseman is called off actually by the second baseman, Lefebvre, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So we go to the top of the 9th. It is a 7-4 ball game. Olson is on the mound, working again for the Cubs, and I guess we'll warm up. Gosh, Regan. We're going to warm up Regan, and in the event that Olson gets in trouble, we're going to have a backup plan. So Olson is going to face a pinch hitter, Tom Haller, here in the top of the 9th inning. Haller, 10 for 49 on the season with 4 RBIs. Coming off the Dodgers bench with a full count, Olson with the pitch. And there is strike 3 called. So the first out is recorded, and that'll bring up the lefty, Willie Davis. 1 out, nobody on. Davis facing Olson with a 2-1 count. And there's a liner into left field. That'll be a 1-out single. Olson stopping at first with the 1-out base hit, and it'll bring up Sizemore. With 1 out, 1 man on. Olson facing Sizemore with a 1-ball count. Here's the pitch. Hopped up on the infield. The first baseman, Banks, calls it off Becker, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So the Dodgers down to their final out, sending up Ron Fairley. 2 outs, 1 man on. Fairley facing Olson with an 0-2 count. Olson with the pitch. And a grounder in front of the plate. Hundley has it. He throws to first, and that will end the game. So the Cubs managed to hold on and win this one 7-4. As the Cubs score 7 runs on 10 hits with 2 errors, the Dodgers get 4 runs on 9 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Ken Holtzman. He gets the win. He goes to 2-4. He threw 6 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball with 2 strikeouts today. The reliever William Olson getting his first save of the season. He threw an inning and 2/3 of 2-hit baseball, no runs allowed, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The Dodgers, Claude Osteen suffers the loss. He drops to 4-2. He went 4 innings of 7-hit, 6-run baseball with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So the Cubs improving to 12-17 while the Dodgers drop to 15-11. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.